Now, Embakasi explosion survivors will have to wait a little bit longer to receive compensation from the government, as the disbursement of the fund now lies in the office of the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. Speaking when he appeared before both the National and Senate Energy Committees, Energy Cabinet Secretary Davis Chirchir told MPs who sought clarity on the matter that the National Disaster Committee is following up on the matter, adding that the energy docket has no budget to handle such concerns.
Energy CS Davis Chirchir appearing before Parliament's Energy Committee to shed light on the Embakasi gas explosion, which left scores of people dead, some injured, and hundreds homeless.
Asked for. Maybe you can answer to that.
Legislators seeking to know the fate of the survivors and the kin of those who lost their lives in the Embakasi gas explosion, saying victims have been neglected since the tragedy, even after promises of support from the government.
Facility, there is nothing else to learn from. There is no crime committed by the people who either died or were injured during the process. It is already known that they are victims of those circumstances. And there is no other investigations to be done to conclude that they were unfairly injured or they unfairly died.
It's easy to make sure that it doesn't operate. Who's the license? Who's the person that's supposed to do issue the licenses? So you might license somebody to do business at point B, but they know that the lucrative point to do business is point A. They will go and apply and get the license at point.
The Energy CS, however, told MPs that the National Disaster Committee is following up on the matter, saying the energy docket has no budget to handle such concerns and that it will need more time to follow up on the matter before presenting any report before legislators.
The people who died, many of them have already been buried. If it is incurring hospital bills, many of them have already incurred those hospital bills. People lost homes, they've been sleeping outside. Only for you to tell them that there's a procedure to look for the Deputy President, and yet he's the one who went to the ground to tell them that this support is there. Why is it different for the people of Nairobi? Why can't the ministry go to the people the way that it has done in other areas?
Done as government is to put this under the National Disaster Committee, where there's a budget. When the Deputy President visited the site, he did announce some compensation under that budget line of the National Disaster, which is managed in his office. We have got funding and we work with donor funds to address issues of floods, to address issues of this kind of accidents. And Chair, I think that needs to be prosecuted, because it will be very difficult for every ministry to have a line budget on compensation on disaster.
He further revealed that 49 LPG plants whose licenses were revoked were from Nairobi and Kiambu counties, as majority of them were within residential areas. The recent efforts by EPRA came amidst push by legislators on laxity by the regulator to enforce safeguards to deter recurrence of Embakasi explosion incident that claimed 7 lives.
What is this licensing gap between the requirements of EPRA and the parameters that are applied by NEMA that would allow you to deny a license, and yet NEMA would issue a license to the same premises? Is it that the people at NEMA cannot see the residential houses, or that is not an issue for them?
Even as Ministry of Energy and EPRA continue to crack its whip against the illegal gas operators in the country, this begs the question why it took too long before they acted. Elizabeth Motuko, TV 47 Palm Biddings.